Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the pipe of today. The pipe I would like to present you today is this one here. It's a Vauen launch pipe. The idea of such a pipe is nothing new. Several companies back in the day released similar pipes, I think even downhill as far as I know. The idea is that this pipe is a sitter on the table. Up to 3 trunks can be attached. This one here. And several people can smoke the pipe at once. Vauen came up with this pipe, I guess, because in Germany and the rest of Europe, the shisha or hookah, the Arabian water pipe, is hugely popular, and they intended to bring something similar on the market. The pipe got also released with some blends that might slightly resemble the shisha blends. Very fruity, very sweet. I never tried one of those lounge blends. And yeah, the pipe itself is very well made. Oak wood, solid, massive briar insert, huge volume. As you see, there are 3 drillings. The pipe comes with these plugs, so if not 3 people are smoking the pipe, the holes get just simply plugged. These are the trunks the pipe came with. As you see, they are long enough. They are just plugged in. 9mm filter as usual with all Vauen pipes. An acrylic mouthpiece. One comes with a white dot, one comes with 2 white dots, and one comes without dots. So each smoker knows which trunk, which mouthpiece to use. And yeah, well, the pipe came with a check tool and I think a metal box with 10 Dr. Pearl filters included. As I said, it has a huge volume. The pipe is a bit tricky to use, and the massive briar insert is really needed because there is a huge amber, and when 3 people smoke in this pipe, one person is always on the draw, so the amber is always going. A massive amount of heat is created, a huge volume of smoke, so if you smoke it outside, your neighbors will clearly notice what's going on. And yeah, it has a rubber ring and a metal plate to increase the weight, that the pipe is standing stable, not being torn apart if someone is drawing on those hoses. Yeah, plastic connection. A filter is highly recommended because in these trunks a huge amount of moisture is created, and the more moisture is filtered out, the better. I also use meerschaum granulate in the bottom, also to absorb moisture. And I think the pipe wasn't a huge success. Why is it? Because they used a fishtail mouthpiece on those trunks, and they are rather inflexible. If you're familiar with Arabic pipes with the shishas, they use a round mouthpiece. This mouthpiece, you always have to keep it that way in your mouth, but the trunk is too inflexible, and however you hold it, you always have to put some force into the hose to grab it correctly. If you let loose of the mouthpiece, the trunk immediately rolls up and goes everywhere over the table where it should not go, and there's always a moisture buildup inside. It's almost inevitable that some kind of gurgle is created, and after the smoke you have to put these trunks somewhere in your garden or outside, because there's so much condensation going on even after the smoke that brown liquid is running out of them, and the smell of those rubber pieces is just immense. So for 1 or 2 days you have to hang them in your garden to get rid of this really nasty smell. Also, no pipe cleaner is long enough, so I haven't figured out yet how to really clean them. If it's a good idea to flush them with water, I don't want to have a fungus built up inside, mold. So far this hasn't happened. I use the longest pipe cleaners available from both ends. Then I clean and disinfect the mouthpiece, and then I hang the hoses in the garden. So the moisture is coming out and the smell is gone. And even though they use the rubber ring and the metal plate, the pipe is still too lightweight and gets moved around the table if several people smoke on it. Of course you can smoke it alone, you can plug 2 holes whilst reading a book, writing something, watching a movie, lying on the couch, and this pipe is standing on the table. But with such a huge volume, it's easier to grab a George Warden pipe or just smoke a normal pipe than this one. So I think this pipe wasn't the greatest success. The next question is, how long will these trunks last? I have this pipe for several years, haven't smoked it that often, just in summertime when we can sit in the garden. So I don't know what about the longevity of this trunks hoses really is. So yeah, I think it's just a matter of time until another company is coming up with something similar, maybe with a bit better and more thought out design, especially of the trunks. Nothing wrong with this part. Yeah, I bought this pipe 50% off. Thought it's a good idea for sitting in a garden. And yeah, during the summer months it gets smoked now and then. But since it requires a lot of maintenance, it doesn't happen all too often. So, thanks for watching. This is the Vauen Lounge Pipe. Thanks for tuning in on my channel. See you the next time. Cheers.